Everyone.
Hey, Sam.
Okay.
You've been at UCF quite a long time now. Did you ever think this day would come where maybe you'd be able to benefit from name, image, and likeness?
I mean, I never knew if it was ever going to come when I'm here, but like it's been said, they've been fighting for this for a long time. Past players, it's been a long time coming, and it's really cool just to be here, even if it's at the tail end of my experience. But just seeing it all come around, it's awesome.
Sam, you aren't launching your own brand like Dylan maybe, but you're partnering with Dreamfield, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come together, and why do you feel like they're the right company, I guess, to represent you or you work with them?
Obviously KZ's a part of it, and me and KZ are boys. We go back a long time. But I talked to the guy, Lewis. He made a platform that focused around the athlete, and the athlete, defined what their worth was, and it was more so about building their own brand rather than a company that's just trying to use athletes to build up themselves. And so for me, that seemed like the right decision. It was, he's awesome dude, awesome vision, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Sam, you talked about the relationship with KZ. Obviously, he announced last night that he's going to be kind of a co-owner, so to speak, of that. Did you see that from him? I mean, with his makeup and what he is as a person, to be able to be on the forefront maybe of NIL moving forward?
Absolutely. He's a leader in every aspect of it. Through everything he's gone through, he has the scars from football. He has the stories, the mentality, and he's a perfect person to help lead, this new front, something that's just brand new coming into college football, and he's very passionate about it. And, you can see that he puts it out there, and he's definitely everything a business would want from someone to be an ambassador in that sense.
How much has NIL dominated maybe discussions between you and your teammates?
Honestly, we talk about it, just among ourselves, but it wasn't something that we talked about a lot until now it's coming. For this last week, guys are talking about what they want to do, what they're planning on doing. But going up to it, Malzahn gave us all the information we needed. They tried to give us the tools to when this happened that we would be able to put our best foot forward type of thing. But between teammates, it really kind of picked up in the last week. But
Sam, do you have any plans for NIL, or are you just kind of maybe seeing who might approach you with something? Or?
Well, definitely Dreamfield, obviously, and me and the offensive line, we're talking about doing some type of clothing, or watching DG do this. It's pretty inspirational, so it's cool. Just anything really, just trying to figure out. I got a lot of ideas in my head, but it's just you got to pick one and just go with it type thing.
There's so many options. It's kind of like there's no blueprint for this. It is unprecedented. So what do you do? How do you take advantage of this opportunity?
I think it's you just like I just said, you pick something, you go with it, you try it out. If it doesn't work, then you try something else out. We've had a lot of guys come talk to us, like Jesse Wolf, and he used to own O'Dang Hummus, UCF alum, all that. He talked about 3 failed businesses or ventures that he had before he had his successful one. So it's all about you trial and error. So you just can't be scared of trying something and then try something new.
So Sam, imagine it was 4 or 5 years ago. You're in high school. You're a recruit looking at different schools. Do you think this will NIL be a big deal in recruiting when you're looking at a school? It's not just maybe do I like the coaching staff or playing time. Is this school going to have better NIL opportunities for me? Do you think that's something that you would have considered? Do you think recruits will think about going forward?
Maybe not myself, because obviously being an offensive lineman, you don't have the same star quality as some skill positions. But I guess it's all about priorities. As a high schooler, you could view it just if you think one school might be better just because there's more opportunities, there's more things to do. Orlando is the fastest growing city in the world, so recruits might look at that and be like, well, I have some opportunity for not only to be good at football and play at a high stage, but to also build myself up and have something in my own name. But I really think it'd be based off priorities on what you want to do, and yeah.
Sam, there's some critics will always say that this opens up the door for maybe some dissent in the locker rooms, where you have some players who maybe are able to take advantage of it and others who aren't able to do that. Do you think that was something that will happen, or do you think that because it's almost a level playing field, so to speak, for everyone getting opportunities, that it won't be that bad?
I mean, I really think it depends on the maturity of the team. Personally, I don't think we're going to have to deal with that because, no one's selfish on our team. I mean, DG's, we're launching his brand, and, we're all going to support him. I'm going to, everything he does, I'm going to retweet, I'm going to buy some of his stuff. Like, it really is about the maturity of the team and, just how unselfish you're willing to be. And selfish teams, will deal with that, and that's on them. But, I don't think I see that with us.
When you say you signed with, I don't know, I guess you didn't necessarily say you signed with Dreamfield, but could you explain what that relationship is? Did you sign? Are they your manager? Do they get a percentage of whatever you get? How does that work?
So it's no signing, no contract type of thing, but they just help out with connecting you to businesses that want to use you locally. So they've been talking to businesses throughout wherever they have athletes at, and they all the percentages and stuff, they deal with that with the company themselves that they're talking to. But no contracts type stuff yet.
Did you spend the day looking on Twitter to see what maybe some other college athletes are doing in regards to NIL, or were you curious to know what maybe other football players across the country are doing?
I mean, I just seeing on my feed, my Twitter feed, everything that's blowing up. I see a bunch of different stuff, but I wasn't really looking at it. I was just kind of going through and seeing everyone talk about different plans. But I mean, it's cool. There's a variety of stuff out there, and it's just one of those things where it's like I don't know how different it is because before it was more so like if you wanted to own a company, you couldn't talk about, hey, I'm Sam Jackson, I'm offensive lineman at UCF. Now it's more like I can own a company and show that I'm a part of UCF and play here. So
to kind of talk about football for a second, you guys have been in summer workouts. You're working with Coach Dawson for your first full summer. What's that been like? And are you guys making games out there?
He's awesome, man. You can tell he's elite. There's a reason why he's been in the game for so long. It's just been a fun time. It's been a grind every day we have to go work out, and I'm really excited to go out and play this season. A lot of high expectations we put on ourselves, and I think we're gonna follow through, and it's gonna be a special year.
Sam, you guys return a lot of experience on the offensive line. Camp's about a month away. How do you guys feel entering camp and entering the season?
We feel really good, and like you said, we have a lot of depth. A lot of guys returning. It's just going in with that mentality that like I said, we've been grinding this entire summer. So now it's just time to put the work out there and go out and ball.
Sam, I know last season probably was a little disappointing from what your goals were, but what are your expectations? I know guys have talked about how excited they are with the new staff and all that. What are your expectations, for 2021?
I want to win a championship. I mean, I don't see. There's no other reason why we shouldn't, win a championship. That's my goals, and that's a personal goal. I mean, that's also a team goal. That's what we talk about. How much the type of work you got to put in to win a championship. But that's where I'm at. So.
Sam, I know Gus has said that he believes that you can win a national championship here at UCF. I know it probably won't happen this year. Obviously, the playoff not expanding probably until later on. Do you think that's possible to win a national championship?
100%. UCF next 10 years will be the most dominant Florida football team. And when you come to recruiting and when you talk about just how we're going to be as a team. This school's going to dominate, and there's no reason why you don't see us win a national championship, especially with the playoff expansion.
Does it feel, I asked Dylan about this about independence and, as kind of getting your own voice. Does it feel good to have, maybe an opportunity to have your own voice now with NIL and everything involved here?
I mean, absolutely. It's, like I said, it's been a long time coming, and, every athlete's been wanting this. So just to see it finally come to fruition is, it's awesome. And it's definitely a liberating feeling when, you don't have to, dodgeball or, go around and, try to figure out, maybe you have this really good idea and you can't do it just because you doing the thing you love, which is playing, the sport. So.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Sam.